Hello, Internet. Welcome back to some... Is this technically trailer trash talk? Sort
Super
of.
Bowl nothing we do is technical.
Actually, I don't think we can say Super Bowl yet.
Super
Game
Bowl.
day trailer time in the commercials. That's what this is called.
That didn't
And we're
sound
going to
lame
start
at
off
all.
with Fast and the Furious 6. I feel like I watched the first one of these and I was so uninterested that I never watched anything else. But
That's a
apparently
shame.
I've been missing out. Everybody's saying that they're awesome.
Well,
and
for the most part.
I've seen the first two.
okay, well this...
Great.
I like them.
I feel like I might
They're
have
racing movies. I mean, if you can just take it for what it is, it's...
I might have to give them
Enjoy
another
it, you
chance.
know?
Because, this trailer looks
It looks
just...
kind of awesome.
It looks almost ridiculous, but I feel like that's what you're used to by now with this.
Right. I mean, it's a whole bunch of explosions and flipping cars that you flip, kick flips and stuff like that.
Did you like the other car and it was just so... And then there was a tank.
There was a tank.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So
They're
they
up in the
decided,
game.
we're not going to just use cars this time. Let's really up the bar on this movie. This is the 6th movie. We got to move past cars.
Guys, tank.
Yep.
Boom.
Let's talk about how did this happen. Michelle Rodriguez is in it again.
Yeah, which I wanted to mention that, I mean, that was a huge letdown for me. She died early on in one of the first couple movies, and then for them to bring her back like that, that's huge. To show it in the trailer?
What probably happened was that people already heard that she was in the trailer, so they kind of had to show it.
Still, like...
That was a big reveal. I mean, that's what, the first Fast and the Furious 6 trailer we've seen, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any other ones.
I didn't even...
right there.
I was hoping they weren't making another one. But
Give it another try.
I will sit
Fast and
down
Furious.
and try to watch these movies.
Well, next we have the West's answer to Pirates of the Caribbean, The Lone Ranger.
It does kind of feel like, Johnny Depp's character in Pirates of the Caribbean just never died, and he decided he had to like hide his identity somehow and stuff like that.
And he still kept the paint from the second movie with the cannibals.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to say this trailer is better than the first trailer we saw.
Yeah.
Because there's less Johnny Depp sounding like a racist white guy talking like an Indian.
I think they saw plenty of YouTube comments and they said,
let's not show him
dial
talk.
back his dialogue in the trailer.
I hope they realize that it's still going to be in the movie.
But yeah, with that said,
maybe by then you've accepted it and you're like, hey, it's Johnny Depp. He's
the one major speaking point they decide to keep in is him saying Kemosabe. I mean,
yeah,
they don't know what race he is.
It's kind of like he's just a melting pot of races,
stereotypes.
In this movie.
And next up, we have something much more exciting.
Yes,
the Star Trek Into the Darkness trailer. We've already seen something from this, but there's a lot more dialogue from Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch.
Yep. Yes.
I'll say that Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
A third time. Cumberbatch.
There, you got it.
Cumberbatch.
I was so stoked on that. The first one ended, and I'm like, when's the sequel coming out? Like, I can't wait for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they brought Star Trek to a whole new level. In a crowd of people that just absolutely love Star Wars, they really upped the bar and
really, it made us
like, notice
guys,
Star Trek.
Star Trek's kind of cool.
Yeah, and in this one, in the first one, it was a huge emphasis on the parallel between Kirk and Spock, and in this one, we're kind of seeing who Benedict's going to be. Yeah. And he looks much more scary than Spock did in the first one. And I'm interested in seeing that
now that that's like over, I'm actually interested to see how everybody operates as a team without trying to kill each other. Because the first one, everybody was kind of clashing, and this one I really want to see like some good Kirk and Spock moments. Like what is that like team? Yeah,
I want to see them have that team up, but still bicker. On a regular basis, because that's
that was fun.
Kirk
it was
Spock,
fun. Yeah. So. And next up we have Oz the Great and Powerful, which I'm still
on the
verdict's still out about this with me, but I'm gonna see it because I either think it's gonna be really good or
really
I'm just
bad.
gonna hate it.
It's gonna be Tim
so
Burton's.
I mean I'm definitely gonna watch this. Like
I think it's gonna be Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland over again. That's just my opinion, but
I have a little bit more faith in that. Honestly, I didn't. Alice in Wonderland looked awful to me right from the get-go. From every trailer I saw, I did not want to see Oz. My first impression of it definitely had me a little sour about it, but the more and more I see about it, I think that I don't know. There's a little bit of magic in it. I'm interested in
The
seeing.
issue I have is I buy the world, but I don't buy the casting. I feel like they don't
That's my
belong. I
thing,
feel like they don't
too.
look right in that
Well,
time
because I know
period.
originally it was supposed to be Robert Downey Jr. playing
Yeah.
the Wizard, and that's what had me stoked. And
Mm-hmm.
I love James Franco. I think he's great too. But hearing that was the trade-off, I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh man, like Robert Downey Jr. could do a really good job with this.
But Robert Downey Jr. This is an origin story, though.
Yeah.
You know, Robert Downey Jr. is a little bit older. I mean, no offense, Robert. I know you're watching our videos, but but I don't want to offend you. But James Franco's fits the age,
you're
and I mean, he's got
right.
the chops.
He does.
For sure.
He does.
Yeah.
And
The one that I am scared about is Kunis. I don't know. Everyone's excited about her, but
I don't think I've ever
I-
actually heard her say a word before. I just think she's hot. So I'm just like staring the whole time. I don't really. She'll do fine. She'll do fine for
you're
me.
doing the male's justice right now. Thanks.
I try.
I was gonna say something, but let's just go to the next trailer, which is World War Z. I personally felt like I didn't really get much from this trailer.
I feel like we saw it before, but I mean, it's still World War Z.
There was more dialogue to it.
There was a lot more dialogue.
And the
They
first
explained
thing,
a lot
the first
more.
few things we've seen is pretty much just how crazy the world gets, and it just totally feels like the absolute worst disaster movie of all
Yeah.
time. But with this, we get a little bit of dialogue. We get to see them rushing, huge government documents out of buildings because,
You got to protect these things.
yeah, you got to
and
protect these things when the apocalypse happens.
The thing I
kind
do
of feels
like
more
about
real
this-
when you see stuff
yeah,
like that.
that's the thing I do like about this is it's not just I'm getting from the trailer. It's not just your zombie movie where you're focusing on just one group and how they're getting through this. They're showing the entire world and
Right.
they're showing how everything. And so it seems a lot more massive, which I like.
Yeah.
That's-
I actually, my first impression was I hated how many zombies there were. I felt like them just toppling on top of each other was just a little bit ridiculous. But the more and more I think about the way a zombie virus would hit, it would hit quick. And a lot of people would be infected very, very quickly, because
Absolutely.
just the touch. Really, everyone talks about how it's just the passing of DNA. But I mean, we can touch and we're passing DNA when you really think about it. So for zombies to come up that quickly and them to be in that huge of hordes, it kind of makes sense a little bit now that I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Just toppling on top of each other, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But next we got 21 and Over, very exciting movie that looks like it's going to be another frat movie.
Yeah.
Which comes around every 5-10 years or so.
This one looks fun. To me, it kind of looks like The Hangover for younger people.
It's actually
Or
by the writers
younger
of The
kids.
Hangover.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Nailed it.
exactly.
Nailed it.
Boy.
Take credit for that. No, it does kind of look like one of those movies that we're going to see 2 or 3 out of.
Yeah, might as well. 22 and over.
This is
23 and
I just
over.
Modern
hope that
American
if
Pie,
we do get another one, that it's more like American Pie and not The Hangover, where it's just the same movie, it just takes place in
I
a different
kind
city.
of like
Right.
this, that it's not just they're waking up the next day. Like, we're getting to see everything that's going on. Like, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to see it all, and then we get to see them really realize how bad it
Kind
can
of be
get in the
like,
morning.
wow, this is what happened. Okay. Last up, though, we have Snitch with The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson. I'm still calling
Dwayne
him.
The Rock Johnson, that's what he likes to
Yeah.
go by. Yeah.
Dwayne.
He doesn't like going by
He
Dwayne.
doesn't.
It's the full
Don't-
name
not
or
when you
nothing.
say it like
You don't
that.
call
Not
him
when you say it like
Dwayne. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or nothing. You
Or
don't.
nothing. Just you don't call
Oh,
him
it's
anything.
Dwayne.
No, it's not. But this movie, it looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson plays a father whose son is arrested for dealing drugs, and he kind of works out a deal with the cops where he'll go make big drug bust arrests to get his son out of jail, which seems like it says based off a true story.
That's what I want to focus on. Based off of a true story.
It's not like, hey, I'll go do these drugs. Oh, sure, man with no experience for being a cop or undercover or anything. We can do this.
But maybe they just didn't reveal that. Maybe he's some kind of. I'm hoping that it's
Like
just
an
not
ex-cop
some,
or something.
I'm really thinking
Something
he's like a
that's
cop or
happened
something
before,
like that. But because otherwise it's like, what does this have to do with the real world? I mean, is it
wanna
just
know-
somebody
I wanna
that
know
his
the
son
true
got
story,
arrested
yeah.
Well,
and
I feel like it's just
and that's it?
explosions. It doesn't really matter.
And the story actually paid his.
Yeah, like
Paid
if
the
based off
bail
a real
and-
story, in the real story, he just paid all the bail money.
And that's
And
it.
then
And
moved
they're
his
like,
son.
but what if he actually had to work off his
for
son's
it.
debt with like drug busts and stuff like that.
Or the real.
That's how the studio sounds in my head.
That's well, the real story. He
guys,
washed all of their
actually-
cars for a year. That sounds like a boring movie. What if he does drug busts instead? True story, right on there. But
I do have a lot of respect for Dwayne The Rock Johnson, so I'm gonna go see it. I will.
Yeah.
Shamefully, I will go see it.
I'm totally gonna see
But
it.
you forgot we have another one.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Iron Man 3. Not gonna talk about that one at all because that one wasn't good or anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Brandon
How do
over
we-
here.
How do we forget
They
Iron Man
both forgot
3?
about Iron Man. I was sitting here like
The extensive look
the extensive look.
of Iron Man 3, which was great.
I didn't even need the actual trailer.
No,
just
no,
that.
I was hoping that
I
was
would've
the
been
entire-
down.
That was great, yeah.
That was all. we
But they do
needed.
reveal a whole bunch of extra stuff.
Which, if you just
in the
watched it
trailer.
during the Super Bowl, go onto Facebook and watch it because it's just it's. Robert
Don't even,
Downey
let's
Jr.
not even,
being
yeah,
awesome.
let's
I'm
not even ruin
say
it for you.
what
It's
is.
just one of those things you have to watch. You don't
It's
want.
great.
We're not going to reinvent
It
this
is
for you.
great.
It's just a proof again that Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Right?
That's what it is.
At its core, that's why he was cast that way. It's just the way he
They went,
is in
hey,
real
you
life.
know who you are.
But I like
You're
seeing
Tony
Don Cheadle
Stark.
in Iron Patriot armor. That was cool.
Are they going to call him Iron Patriot? I mean,
I've seen them start like with merchandising and stuff too for
Yeah.
the movie. It's all Iron Patriot says. So I'm assuming they'll call him that.
it's funny how comics spin in the ways.
Yeah. I was like, it's a Spider-Man tie-in.
No, not at all. No, the trailer was really exciting. Lots of explosions. We get some details about the story, where it's going to go, and it gave me a lot more faith in the series because I mean, it is the third movie, so I felt like a little scared that they were losing their steam.
But dude, the Air Force
Yeah.
One sequence, I'm back
Yeah,
on.
that
I'm
wasn't-
full faith in this movie.
So yeah, tell us what you guys think. Comments below. We got a lot of trailers.